Today's subject is how to make a fair deal. Some principles that go into fair deal making. And after all, a fair deal is one where both parties, buyer and seller, benefit. So, what are the elements of fair deal making? Well, the first one and foundational is just tell the truth, right? If you're a seller, present the facts, present the truth about the business, present the proper disclosures, make sure that the financials are accurate, up to date. The best way to present the business is to be candid, transparent, and honest. And if you're the buyer, the same goes with you as well. Make sure that you present accurately your operational capacity to run the business. Make sure that you are financially capable of buying the business. So no games, everything on the table saves everybody's time and aggravation, all right? The second one is protect confidentiality. Both ways. Again, seller needs to protect the fact that the business is being marketed for sale. They don't want employees to leave. They don't want the competition to know. And the confidentiality goes to the buyer as well. Maybe they're employed right now and don't want their employer to know that they're looking at a new opportunity that would, promote or enable an exit from a job. Be careful and confidential about a buyer's financial position. So again, two-way street on the confidentiality front, and good judgment prevails in both cases. It's also important to disclose the decision makers. All right, a lot of times in a deal, I'll be working with one party when in fact they're just one of a decision-making team, or maybe not even the principal decision maker. So sellers need to disclose who's selling the business, and are they all on board with, especially with the pricing, but alignment on the need to sell the business, and same on the buyer's side. Who are the decision makers on the buyer's side? Is it just one person, or are there three or four people? Deal pace. Now this one's important because we know that delays kill deals. So there'll be a lot of documentations, there'll be a lot of communications back and forth. The broker referees that and is responsible for maintaining proper deal pace. But if one side is moving faster than the other, it does not promote fair deal making. So maintain the deal pace and get the information over to the other party promptly, and also return serve in that way. Here's an important one. Look, there's really only one price for the business. It's the price that the seller is willing to sell it for, and the price that the buyer is willing to pay for it. And sometimes that's a bridge too far, all right? So there's really only one price, and some deals end up with there being a gap. And you should know that going in, recognize that, and once all the alternatives and options have been exhausted, you should appreciate that. It's just the way it is. The broker will help to find the intersections of interest, but sometimes there is a gap, and that's okay. All right, so what's another one? The right order is also important in fair deal making. So the first question that the buyer asked, let me see your customer list, is probably not the right request right out of the gate. Okay, that's somewhere way down due diligence. When we have a purchase agreement, it's signed, and we're close to getting to closing. Because customer lists are very confidential to a business, and close to a seller's heart, because it's the lifeblood of the business. So that's not the first question that you would ask. So there's a time and a place for the level of confidentiality and sensitivity of documents in a sale. I would also say within the due diligence period, again, after a purchase agreement is negotiated, due diligence is both ways. It's the buyer getting comfortable buying the business and the seller getting comfortable with the buyer's capability to buy the business, including a bank, if there is a loan, of a commitment letter, a pre-approval letter from a bank. So information flowing both ways, information being transparent and honest and candid both ways, and information flowing at the right order and the time are all very important elements to fair deal making. Finally, I would say the handover is a very critical component of fair deal making. So you want to be aligned, you want to lock arms and have the timing of the message and also the content of the message be appropriate. All right. So fair deal making, not always practiced, but I can tell you as a broker, it certainly goes a long way into making a more enjoyable transaction, and it goes a long way into making both sides feel like they're getting a good deal. All right, fair deal making. Thanks for joining. You know where to get me if you need me, 248-885-7804. Love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for joining. Take care. Have a great day.